down there behind the ladies.
Scoot down, Quentin. Scoot down, Carlos.
Do you guys got anything you want to say to the wildcats here in Nitro?
We love bees!
Can you guys take like 3 steps forward? You got Will like in the front row all by himself.
Scoot closer, guys.
All right.
Have I showed you my boyfriend?
Who even showed you?
I saw here.
Hey, Clint Baker here. Welcome back to Hillbilly Hippie Honeybees. And today we got a special treat for you. We've got a school group coming from across the bridge from St. Albans, West Virginia. Why is that so cool, I guess? Well, Nitro, where we are located, and St. Albans are rivals on the football field. So we have our rivals coming over here to be taught about bees today. And Brody Potter, Mr. Potter, is bringing them over. It's his class, and they should be dropped off here around 10:30 on the school bus. But yeah, kind of exciting. So we're allowing our rivals to come across the river to learn about bees, and let's see how this goes. Hope they have a lot of fun. Still in there. So it is what it is, right? We'll make it work. But just real quick, my name's Clint Baker. I'm a 4th generation beekeeper, and this is an old FEMA lot that the city of Nitro could not use for anything, so they were gracious enough to allow us to put some bees here and make it a teaching yard so that other folks could come learn about honeybees. And the other section up there is going to be a pollinator garden eventually. So I don't know if you've ever been to the big pollinator garden at Toyota down in Buffalo, but it's like one of the largest pollinator gardens on the East Coast, and we've got bees down there too. So we teach in both places. So anyway, originally from Ritchie County, way up north. I'm a graduate from South Charleston High School. And we had to do some string pulling to allow red dragons to come across the bridge and come into Nitro. Just let you know that, all right? So, you know, I hope none of the wildcats show up and try to run y'all off. But anyway, they shouldn't. But before we get started, I don't know if you notice, you see all the martins flying around? Well, guess what they're doing? They're having breakfast. Martins really love honeybees, and all the bees that are flying out, they're going right now, and they're having their breakfast. So that's what they're doing. So if you're wondering why they're doing all that, but huh?
Sounds a lot like me.
Yes, right. That's right. So, have you all been watching any videos?
I watched the bee movie.
Okay, bee movie, the cartoon one.
The cartoon, yeah.
So here's what I don't like about the cartoon bee movie. That is a boy, and boys are not workers inside the colony. All right, they're all females. So the only thing that the males are drones. They only live during the spring into the fall. Then guess what? The females kill them all off and kick them out of the hive. Okay, so that's the one thing I don't like about that movie. It's not true, but. Inside of a working colony during this time of the year, you've got anywhere between 60 and 80,000 female working bees and 1 queen. All right. Contrary to what people believe, it is not. The queen does not rule the roost. It's not a monarchy. They are a democratic society within that box right there. All right. And they vote on everything that they do. They vote on it, okay? And so if she needs to not lay as many eggs, because, you know, a queen can lay anywhere between 1,500 and 2,500 eggs per day. Yes, per day. So the honeybees are good at making 2 things: lots of honey and lots of bees, all right? So if they feel like, if the rest of the hive feels like, hey, we need to slow the production down of her laying, they tell her. If they feel like she needs to pick it back up, they tell her. So they're the ones who let it all know. All right. So with that being said, I want to open it up to a few questions. Like I said, I don't know if you guys have watched anything or heard anything or talked about anything before you got here. And sometimes questions are a lot more easier to get this thing rolling than me just standing up here maybe boring you to death with some of the stuff that we do. So you like to be on video, you let me know. What you got a question? Or an interest?
So the queen's whole existence is just to give birth?
She lays eggs. That's exactly right. When the queen is hatched, she goes out on maybe 1 to 3, maybe 4 mating flights, and she will receive everything that she needs during that time to lay over her lifespan, which could be 4 to 7 years of 25 up to that many eggs per day. So as they get older, as a beekeeper, we can start to see whenever they are starting to slack off a little bit in that keeping, and best way that we can pinch off the queen and introduce a new queen. Or a lot of times they will do what's called supersedure queens, and they will produce their own because her pheromones start slacking down too, and then they end up creating a new queen that way. They also will swarm. This is swarm season. A matter of fact, I think the long hive there, I do believe I stopped a swarm yesterday because I was down here doing some stuff, and so we might be able to see if I'm not so much concerned about the temperature or the clouds, but which is not very practical to get into bees, but I'd like for the rain to slack down before we open one up, and that's why I'd like to talk about some things and answer questions before we get into them. So yes.
Why do they kill the queens?
Why? Because basically all the male bees are drones. Basically all they are good for is 2 things: laying around and eating the honey, just taking up space in the hive, and mating the queen. So during the winter, they need to preserve as much as their stores that they're collecting all spring and summer and fall long. They need to preserve as much as that as they can. So they do 2 things. One, they tell the queen to stop producing as many eggs, so the population goes down, and they kick the drones out and kill them off so that they don't have to deal with them during the winter. Yes.
Is it true that if the queen is not doing what she needs to, that the bees will swarm her and kill her off?
Yes, that is true. So if the queen is not doing what she is supposed to be doing, like if she's at the end of her lifespan, they will do a supersedure cell. Now, one of 2 things will happen. Sometimes the queen will swarm and leave the colony with another bunch of bees to maybe they'll try to create another colony someplace else. All right, and then allow that new queen to take over the colony.
So they don't care if the new queen, like the old queen dies, they don't care about the queen?
That's why we're back to the queen doesn't rule the roost, right? She doesn't rule the roost. So they do care, but they are able to create more queens. Okay? All right. Yes.
How much bees are usually
Right there, that one right there, about 60 to 80,000 worker bees during this time of the year. Yes. And that's constant, right? So we just talked about these martins flying around up here eating them. They get out, they get hit by cars, they get whatever. There's all kinds of things that'll happen to them. So that accidents on the job. That's why she's constantly laying the eggs. So that's what you have there. Someone else raised their hand over here, I think. No? Well, I'm gonna show you a few things before we get started here. One thing I'd like to ask is, do any of you have any beekeepers in your family?
I
No?
want to be one.
You want Brody? Mr. Potter wants to be one. All right. So, any of you ever thought about beekeeping? So, yeah. I will tell you, there's a lot of benefits with beekeeping. Okay, one, there is lots of therapy with beekeeping. There's lots of folks, like military folks. Does everybody know what PTSD is?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, there's a lot of folks in the military that take over beekeeping to help with their PTSD. All right, it calms them down. It's a very calming thing to do, to work. Okay, there's sting therapy. They're finding that the therapy of sting therapy helps with breast cancer cells, to kill off breast cancer cells. They're finding that it helps with Lyme disease. So there's many things that therapy-wise that it helps with. Plus, does everybody know that 1 out of every 3 bites of food that you take is because of a pollinator? And if we would end up losing them, we'd be in some serious issues, all right, worldwide. So that's why it's so good to protect. Now, who thinks that honeybees are native to North America?
Yeah.
They are not. They were brought, that's okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. They were brought here by the settlers when they came over. They brought them with them. All right. Our native bees are things like bumblebees, mason bees, butterflies, birds, bats. Those are our natives here. But honeybees are not native to North America. They were brought here, okay? From England is where they were brought from. So, a little history. Couple things about what we're going to be doing today, all right? One is, if it is overcast, we do have a little bit of sprinkling going on. Is anybody allergic to bees?
No, got one.
I am. I'm allergic to bees. I'm not allergic to honeybees, but I'm allergic. So right inside that door there is an EpiPen, and in my bucket right here there's an EpiPen if we ever would need it. I always carry those with me, all right? I'm allergic to the wasp family, so that's why I carry them. I think they're from the devil.
They are.
So if bees would start getting around you, don't scream, don't yell, don't do anything that. Just take your hands, go like this, and kind of go down and just walk away. All right. Yes, because if you start swatting at them, it just starts a whole chaos of a thing going on. All right. We won't go in here unless we have some protective gear on, because I don't want anybody to get stung. All right, and please listen to everything I say. No quick jerky motions. Like I said, no screaming, anything of that nature. That's what gets them all going. So anyway, so I'm gonna go over a few things, okay? The tools of the trade, if you will. So probably one of the biggest tools that a beekeeper would need is a hive tool. All right, we use this is to get in and help us inside the frame. This side here, we scrape off old comb and burr comb and things like that. This we kind of pop, We'll get in there and I'll let you guys all try some right out of the hive, all right? If you guys will be good for us. But this one was actually made by a friend of mine who's a blacksmith, and I love it. So, and then my daughter bought me the belt and the magnet so that I won't lose it. So you guys are happy to pass that around and look at it. One of the other things you have to have as a beekeeper is a smoker. So when you first go into them, you want to give them a little bit of smoke. Does anybody know why? What is it? It kind of, what it does is it emulates a forest fire. And so when they smell a forest fire, the first thing they do is they all get calm and they go down and they start eating as much honey as they possibly can and get pollen and letting the rest of the hive know, hey, we may have to move, because they're not going to burn in that hive. All right. So that's what this does. All right. So that helps with that. It just calms them down. Okay. So It's very crucial to do that, especially on a day like today. All right, so I'll light that up here in a little bit. One of the biggest challenges for any beekeeper, I don't care how long you've been doing it, is getting this thing to stay lit. You guys are welcome, like I said, to look at these as I pass them around. Just to show you this real quick, it seems like every class that comes in here is interested in my bucket.
I love your bucket.
It's got everything in the world in there you may think that you would need for beekeeping, all right? And you would think that you wouldn't need everything that's in there, but it's got things like, this is a queen cage. When I am inside of here and I'm looking around, I don't want to hurt the queen, all right? So if I can find her, I'll put her in this queen cage and just lay her over to the side, and that protects her while I'm working in there, and then I'll just let her out when I'm done. All right, so there's all different types of queen cages. This one right here is the type that I use and my brother uses. This, I use this. This is vinegar. Did you say vinegar?
Yeah.
How'd you know?
It's on the bottle.
Well, by golly, you can read. You did a good job with them. But yes, so what that does is that they don't like the smell of it. And I don't use gloves a lot when I work, all right, because I can't feel my hands. So everybody makes fun of me that when I forget to put them on there, I'll have bees stinging me all over and they're spinning around, and I can't feel it. So I put that on there to kind of help deter it a little bit and all. Thank you. You can hang that on the fence when you're done there, just like it was. But gloves, lighter, another hive tool because my brother likes to lose his all the time. We got rubber bands. We have wax to wax it with. That's beeswax. You guys are welcome to smell it and look at it. That's been rendered down.
Does it smell bad?
No.
No, beeswax smells really good most of the time.
I think it smells really good. Yeah, there's lots of use. It probably does now. I'm sorry. But they put it in chapstick, they put it in soap, they put it in all kinds of different things, right?
My son uses it on his bow for his bow and arrow.
Yeah, they're on boat. My wife is a cross stitcher and knitter, and so they put it on their thread.
Makes it easier.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Have you ever had any bees flew out of here?
Out of here?
Yeah.
All the time they're out of here. We pick on people all the time and say, shut the gates so the bees don't get out. But yeah, they're free to go. So let me tell you something about beekeeping, okay? All we are, God allows us to be stewards of these bees and take care of them. We really, at the end of the day, that's all we are. We can't control half of what they do, all right? So all we do is try to control and help with what we do, help them, give them what they need, the resources they need, and all that. So at the end of the day, we're just taking care of them and trying to do what's right for them, okay? Anybody want to know why I might have Vaseline in there? For her lips, she says. No. So we use it around the legs because ants love to get up inside of the beehive. And so ants do not like petroleum. And so we put it around the legs so that the ants won't get up inside the hive. All right.
I got a question.
Yes.
Any other, like, I guess, pests that try and get in?
Yes. All right. So wax moths, we have to treat for wax moths to keep them out of there. A strong colony will keep them out. But if we are storing it, wax moths will get in there and destroy it.
Do you have an ant in your hand?
Hive beetles. Hive beetles are very destructive to inside of a colony as well. But if it's a good, strong colony, they'll take care of that. Varroa mite. It's called Varroa destructor. It's one of the worst things that we have right now that it causes. It's kind of like for us the equivalent of a tick. You get a tick on you, it bites you, you get either Lyme's disease, alpha-gal, something like that, right? Well, Varroa mite spreads throughout. They will spread disease throughout. So we can't kill them off all the way, but we can control the mite count, and then we are trying to breed towards bees that are resistant to Varroa mite. And that's a very big thing within inside the the bee industry now, because here about 15, 20 years ago, there was something called colony collapse disorder, and we lost a lot of bees nationwide. And we're in the middle of having a bad couple years as well right now. So anything that you could do to help with the pollinators, with the bees around your house, even small little pollinator gardens, it helps, right? It helps with that. It helps with that. Not spraying certain pesticides, you know, during the daytime. Do it like real late at night, and such things. So because they bring it back to their colony and they kill everything out. Yes, sir.
You know, one day we had like we have like a bunch of flowers in front of our house. There was like lots of bees though, like around the area.
Yes, they get in there.
Like, we had to walk all the way around to get to the house.
That's right. That's awesome. All right. So just a couple other things. This would be, if you was wanting to start beekeeping, this right here is what you'd want to start with. All right. Of course, this is the lid. Okay. There's nothing real big and special about this, but this is the lid. This is what we call an inner cover. And if you'll see, there's what's called propolis all around this. It's kind of like bee glue. Okay. And believe it or not, it's very antiseptic and antibiotic inside of the hive. And it's very good health-wise for us too. They do. How they produce propolis is through tree resin, their spit, and other enzymes that they have in their body, and they create what we call bee glue. And that's one reason why we have the hive tool, is because they will glue that together, as you can see, and you can't hardly get it apart, so you have to pop it apart with your hive tool. All right. Propolis, yes. And so there's lots of people that buy it for their gut health. The more propolis inside of a hive, usually the healthier they are, because they've been finding that, like I said, this has lots of antibiotics, all types of different things. Bees are very good for your health all the way around. All right. So you also would have, this is a blank. Okay. This is a blank. It's got plastic foundation, and you can do it either way. We use plastic foundation to give the bees a little bit more of a chance, and then this is actually wax foundation. All right, and you can almost see through it. If you look at it, you can see the wires in it, versus this one. Now what they'll do is they'll get on this and they'll actually pull the comb out like that. Now don't like press on it and press your fingers in there, but as you pass this around, this is a very big pet peeve of mine. All right, when I see all the geometrical shapes of people where they do artwork and stuff, and they do what they call honeycomb, they put the flat top at the top versus they put the peak at the top. Okay, and so if you'll notice, every one of these, they are very good at math. Every one of these, the peak is at the top, and if you like this, they are sloped in like this to hold the honey in before they cap it off. So if I turn it upside down like that, it would all run out if there was honey in there. All right. You also notice here, you see all that where it's dark? Yeah. That's where she laid the brood. That's how I can tell where the brood was laid. Up here was the honey band, what we call the honey band. All right, and we'll see that once we get into the colony. But if you'll look at this as you pass it around, you'll be able to see down in there, and you'll be able to look at what it's like. All right, and again, this is the same type. I'll pass this from this side, but this is the same type, and we just use that to make it easier and better for them, because it takes a lot of honey to create 1 pound of wax.
But they'll just kind of, if we have that
pull it straight out. Okay, yes, gotcha. Yes. So just think about this. These are about 6 ounces. Think about how many bees it took to create that.
67.
No. There are different sizes. All right, there are. This is what we would call the brood box down here. Okay, that is, and we run double broods, or double deeps is what we run. So that means that she's got enough room to lay in both of those boxes there. and we don't have any honey supers on yet. It's just too early. We lost about 53% of all of our bees this past year. What do you see back here?
Are there still those are bees, right?
Yeah, they're starting to come out. They're starting to come out.
What do you mean 53%?
We lost 53% of our colonies in me and my brother and Jason in our production this year. So we're trying to build back is what we're trying to do. And so,
The same.
yes. So anyway, and then like I said, you've got you can lay it right up there. Then you've got the brood box, which is a deep, and then you have the bottom board, all right, or the entry, whatever. So that is the basics of what type of equipment you would use for that, all right? Yes.
How far out do bees go from their hive?
All right, so she asked how far out do they go to collect nectar. Okay, so what they're doing is they're going out to collect nectar. Will go out up to 2 miles from their hive to collect. Now, during times of what we call dearth, and that's when there's not a lot of nectar flow or any at all, it's kind of like a drought, okay? They might go out further, okay? And they will bypass one little flower for a big, let's say a basswood tree, okay? They want to go where there's more nectar than just one flower. And most of our honey comes from, other than white clover, comes from trees and bushes and things like that, all right? So if you're really wanting to help, bushes would be the best way. Just, you know, you can Google, hey, what are the best ones that honeybees like, right? We do mark our queens. We mark them with a dot of paint. Each year is a different color. Last year it was blue. We just put a little dot right on top of her thorax so that we can see, we know what year that she is, how old she is, and all that. All right. So, what else you guys got? Now, come on, I know you guys have got more questions. Yes.
How can you tell how old the bees are?
That's a good question, and I will show you when we get in here. So, newly hatched baby bees are really fuzzy and they're really small. I mean, they are really, really fuzzy. As they get older, and if you'll look at their wings, as they get older, their wings get tethered and they get torn up from flying all over the place. And they think 2 miles out, 2 miles back. They drop it out. 2 miles out, 2 miles back. That's what they're constantly doing, that all day long. All right. Then eventually they start losing their hair and they're almost slick. So you can tell just by looking at them.
How long do bees live for?
All right. During the spring and summer, they might live for 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. That's top end. Usually just sometimes a week, sometimes just a few days. All right. During the winter, they're a different form of winter. We call them winter bees, different physiology about them. And they can live 3 to 4 months all through the winter time. They're usually a little fatter bee and they do more inside the hive. All right. Yes.
What do they keep producing?
Huh?
Why do they keep producing?
What do they or why do they?
No wonder they keep producing.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. So that they're constantly producing bees. Huh?
You just said no wonder they keep producing.
Oh, okay. Anyway, anything else?
Do they no?
Yes.
Do they know if other bees come into their hive or whatever?
They do. She asked if they know if other bees come in their hives. So right outside on the front there, if you look back in, you'll see a bunch of little faces facing out, and those are the guard bees. And they are actually guarding the hive from robber bees. They are guarding the hive from other colonies from coming in. All right. Now, I won't say that there's not maybe some drifting going on where some do get in there and they let them in or whatever if they see there's no threat. But the big thing that they're looking at is like wasps and yellow jackets and things like that. They will actually attack them and ball them up and get up to about 2,000 degrees and cook that bee inside of it. They'll just cook it. All right. Yes, they're going to kill some of theirs off as well. but it's for the good of the hive or good of the colony that they've sacrificed themselves to do that.
Sacrifice a few to save the rest.
That's right. Sacrifice a few to save the rest, as she just said. All right. Yes. Pheromone. So just each queen has a different pheromone, and each colony has a different pheromone. All right. And so one way that if they're off and like let's say a windstorm happens or something that happens, every bee, female worker bee, has what's called a Nasonov gland in them. Okay, and what that you'll notice, we just posted a video on our YouTube channel where they have their butts up in the air and they're fanning real hard. They're actually pushing that pheromone out to tell everybody that's out in here, hey, this is your hive, come back here. So that's how they use that pheromone to be able to get them in. The wax, they produce the wax from glands on their belly. Okay, so they produce these little wax flakes, and each bee only produces about 10, 15, 20 wax flakes in their life. So think about, again, one bee, that many flakes of wax, just to create that right there. All right. Huh? That, yeah, it is. Wax is edible. Yep. Sure enough is. There is really nothing inside that hive that you couldn't eat, to be honest.
Oh, wait, that's amazing.
So, anyway, what is it?
I would never eat again.
They got a lot of protein.
No, thank you.
Anything else before we maybe start taking some turns and suiting up and seeing what's in there?
No, I was.
What is it? No?
No, sir.
No, you guys are fine. Don't make me feel old. I look old, but don't make, thank you. But
We're not old till we're 80.
I know. Hey, here, I said something the other day. You know you're old whenever they start playing your music on classic radio. So you guys will know that one day. You'll know that feeling. Let's just talk about honey real quick for the future for you all. Because even if you don't have bees, you need to know this. The honey, most honey that you find in the stores is adulterated. And what I mean by that is they've pasteurized it, which kills off all the enzymes that she's talking about, all the pollen, all the good enzymes, all that stuff. The other thing it is they fill it full of high fructose corn syrup like they do everything else. And so it's really not honey at all. It's really high fructose corn syrup that tastes like honey. So the best thing to do is know your local beekeeper and buy from them. So yes, so we've got bee yards all the way from Hurricane all the way up to Cloden. So I'm sorry, Clendenin. So we've got bee yards all up and down the valley. So we've got a lot of them. But
How much does honey cost?
it depends on the year, and because they kind of regulate it like the stock market. And right now we're selling pints for $15 and quarts for $25. We also do a hot honey infusion and a cinnamon honey infusion. So we do that as well. That's the name of our company is Hillbilly Hippie Honeybees. So me and my brother are the hillbillies, and our partner's the hippie. So he does all the fun stuff like the honey infusion.
Let your family know. Come get your honey.
That's right. We've got a Facebook. We've got a YouTube channel where we teach. We've got all that good stuff. So you guys, y'all that's in the suits, come right over here. The rest of you, if you want to walk back here, you might be able to hear and see as we go through this, and then as we get.
So we go like this, and then.
Well, you guys don't have to worry about it.
Oh.
It's all them back there. So if you hear them screaming, like, now look, I'm gonna let them know we're coming in.
Oh no, I'm scared. I want to see.
I'm gonna let them know we're coming in, and this opens this way.
Oh my.
This is called a horizontal hive, and then it's also got a little observatory thing here. So the reason why I want to go through this one was yesterday was swarming a little bit, all right? Who wants to keep this going for me? Just kind of do that every now and again, whenever you see it not smoking. And when I tell you to, then you can.
Whoa.
So I got to take my glasses off. I know I'm old and stuff, but I got to, so that I can see what's going on in here. I got 2.
Can I take a video?
Yeah.
Let me hold your glasses.
I'm gonna lay them over here because if I don't, I'll end up squashing them.
What is that?
You want to come right here? All right.
That's a tick?
Where? So in this particular one here, the brood is up in here, as you can see where all the bees are. And then back in here, they've stored all their food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually start up here and work my way back that direction. See what the hive tool's for? It's just to kind of give you a little help.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, I'm not that.
Mr. Potter, take pictures. Take
Yes,
pictures.
yes, yes,
Mr.
yes.
Potter.
I'm taking pictures.
What I want to do is I want to see, they're doing good. So right now we don't need a lot of smoke, but I do want to get in here and I'm just going to set that right there.
This smells like barbecue.
You hungry now?
Yeah. That's scary. Look at that one.
Whoa.
I want to pick one up.
Do you? So look, right here's a drone. These are the best ones to pick up.
Give me.
That's a male. They do not sting.
Hi, baby.
The male does not have stingers where they...
He is so handsome. Be careful.
Here, stand right over here so they can get on camera.
Oh, so sorry.
No, you're fine. They wanted to be stars. All right, we're starting to get into the brood. Okay, now look. You see these ones that are higher than these? Yeah. These are the male, the drone brood. This is the working brood right here, that capped here, and then that's the honey. So you can see the difference in the cappings. Does everybody see that?
Yes, sir.
Now you see look right here, there's one hatching right now. Everybody want to see it?
That's Mr. Potter. Record. What are you doing?
See right there?
What are you doing?
Oh my goodness.
Can everybody see this?
Wow.
See its head coming out? It's right there at the end of my tool.
Yeah.
It looks, oh my goodness.
It's a baby.
All right, so it's hatching, and then you can see some of the older ones, how they're different in the way they look. Now I'm looking for the queen. Yes. I'll be daggone. You want to see something I've never seen before? You see the eyes on that drone?
Yeah.
See how yellow they are?
Oh yes. Oh my goodness.
How do you tell the difference between a female
Did they
and a
just
male?
die?
The male is really big. So look here real quick. So there's the male right there. That's the female.
Yo,
Did they just die?
Some have, I'm sure.
Oh
I can just
no.
go in and say, hey, I was on the...
What do they do with the?
So if they die in the hive, they actually have morticians that will carry the dead bees out. That's their job, to keep the hive clean.
Where's the drone?
So, right there's a drone. So look down in there. You see the white stuff down in the cells?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you all see it?
That's a lot of white.
Y'all see the white stuff inside the cells that look like worms? That's the larva before they cap it off. Y'all see it? Down inside there?
I touch it.
Huh?
I touch it.
What is that one?
Go for it, just lightly.
They sting.
Only if you make them mad.
What's that one?
That's a drone.
Can I have you, please? Can I have you, baby?
So I'm gonna look for the queen if you give me a second, because she is close, I would say.
Do you think the bees are like, yo, who's this guy? Why are you messing with me?
Well, sure. Wouldn't you feel that way if someone come into your bedroom and started messing with stuff in your bedroom? So there you can see the babies down in there, the larvae. You see it, the white stuff?
Yes. Is that one? What is that one?
It's cleaning.
Oh my goodness, they are so beautiful. That's the drones?
Some.
Oh my goodness, I can't tell them.
Ow!
They all look the same to me.
After a while, you learn the difference. All right, you see? Hey, do you see them with their butt up in the air and them fanning?
They're
What did I tell you earlier about what they were doing? What gland is that? Nasonoff gland. All right, that gland, they're telling everybody, hey, this is our colony.
I can't tell the difference.
Carlos, let me see them.
All right, the queen's on this frame. See if you can find her.
Right there.
Where?
What are they doing?
Right there.
Where?
Right there.
Yep, that's her. You found her.
Yeah.
You guys see her?
Where?
Right there.
Oh, I see the big one.
That's the queen.
Hand them to us.
Will they sting us? We try to pick her up.
Now, that's the one thing about a queen that's different than a worker bee. She can sting you and not die. But I've never had a queen sting me.
Why, bro? Get off me.
It's on you.
But you see, did everybody get to see the queen?
Yeah.
Everybody?
Can you point to it?
Right there.
Don't try to show
Yeah, there she is.
It will probably sting you if you do.
So here you can see, all right, the differences. All right, everybody look. Come up in here.
What's that yellow on that bee?
The yellow on the bee is pollen. They have pollen baskets when they go out and collect the pollen that they put the pollen in.
What is that one doing?
Where? Right here?
Yeah.
All right, so this is, hey, listen up. The very first thing that a bee does when they hatch is they clean their cell.
Oh.
And for the first few days, all they do is clean. All right?
So all of them are cleaning practically.
Yes, they're either cleaning or feeding, and you can see what they're doing with the queen here. The queen, they're just kind of watching her and feeding her, and that's about all she's doing. All right?
What are they doing right here?
They're cleaning out cells. All right, I want to see if I can find something in here real quick.
And that's one queen
Why does this one
per...
keep on the flying?
One
around
queen
me?
per colony, yes.
We need more.
She's just trying to say hi.
We need more smoke.
You can smoke if you want. A little bit of smoke.
I never smoked.
Hold on a minute.
Oh, I see the...
Smoke right here. Watch what happens when she smokes them. See? They just go right down inside.
Look at the bed.
I saw some on the other side. I saw like some really bright orange.
You see the white in there?
Yeah.
Those are the larvae after they've hatched.
On the other side, it was... Oh, here it is. Right.
Yeah, that's a pollen basket. She's carrying pollen in.
Oh, cool.
That one stings, right?
Which one?
The one that keeps on flying.
Probably. No, that's a drone right there that's flying.
Oh.
You can hear a difference in the drone fly. You can hear it. They are clumsy as all get out.
Hey, baby. Come here.
Definitely.
Oh, why is it
All right,
red?
so look here. You see all this capped here?
You're dropping the babies.
They'll be fine. They'll fly back. You see all the capped? Those are all getting ready to hatch. All this in here is getting ready to hatch. All this up here, this is honey. See the bee bread? Everybody asked what the baskets were there. The orange, that's pollen. They're putting it in there. That's their protein. That's what they're eating. They mix honey and enzymes with it to make bee bread. All right? Okay? Well, he's got some. All right, does everybody see that down in there?
Yeah.
They are so. What's that one?
That one's just cleaning.
They're all cleaning, Makai.
Yep, they're cleaning or they're making. So you can see they're starting to cap these off.
All these are not hatched.
No, they're getting ready to hatch
They're baby.
within the next few days.
They're so handsome and beautiful. Huh?
So what's the first thing we do? Put a little smoke here. Let's let them know we're coming in. All right. So what I'm wanting to see is this one that's in this purple box is a new queen. All right. She is. I'm hoping that she made it back off of her mating flight because you saw all the birds. Okay. She's actually the one that I saw piping and I caught it on video and put it out there so everybody could see it. So now we're getting in.
When you can put your arms over
Why do they use a glue plate?
Put your hands in your sleeves.
They use that for a lot of different things to seal the hive. Hey, everybody want to see a hive beetle? See that black thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like those,
Does it sting? Oh,
No.
I thought it was a bee.
but we kill them. See all the different colors in there? That's bee bread.
I just wanna pick all of them up.
Where y'all going for lunch?
Probably these little, this little picnic area.
Yeah, we over there behind the thing.
We never agreed to chicken.
I'm not going to say the word because
Have we agreed on Chick-fil-A?
No, you all agreed.
So help me look for the queen. I think she's in here. Don't hit them with smoke.
I'll try not to.
I think she's in here because I see eggs. And I will tell you, she is dark.
dark.
Like she's black.
Maybe
Oh
somewhere
wait,
over there.
You're the queen now.
Yeah, I can see eggs down in there.
do they sometimes swarm the queen?
The
Like,
queen.
Yes, they do sometimes
Is it
swarm.
that-
Matter of
is that
fact,
one?
behind us
Is
over
it
there.
that one?
Nope.
Oh, it just looks.
Oh yes, there she is.
Oh, it just looks bigger.
Yes,
than
you
the other, so-
found her.
hit me.
Right there. You see her?
No, me, I did.
Right here.
The biggest.
All right, I lied to you. This one down here is the dark one. It's hard to keep them apart, but there's the queen. That is a newly mated queen.
Oh my goodness.
Let me go over here and show him.
I'm sorry.
See her right there?
Look at them.
That's the queen.
What's she doing right now?
She's looking for places to lay, is what she's doing.
I
And-
found her, by the way.
So all these are workers, and she's just trying to lay it up.
Should we spray that?
Huh?
Should we spray that?
All right, now that I know where she's at, you can give them a little smoke right there, and they'll go watch them go down in. Just lightly give them some smoke. See how they go down in now?
Man, you don't know how to do your job.
Come on, beekeeper.
So they're in my rule of thumb, there are beekeepers and bee havers. And I want you all to be beekeepers, not bee havers. All right, so I want to show you guys this. Look at all the pollen in there. See all the pollen?
Yeah.
The pollen baskets, see what they got orange, that's what they carry their pollen back home in. And then you see all the different colors down there, that's called bee bread. I'm gonna bring it over to you so you can see it.
What's called bee bread?
See all that different colors down inside there?
Yeah.
That's bee bread.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna show you guys something. What did I do with my pen? I bet you my brother, we're gonna blame it. Nah, I need a marker, I'll get it later. Is there one here? Yes, thank you.
I know.
So we all keep notes up here, so I know that this has got a queen in it, and that means it's queen right. So I'm going to put a QR. What's today's date?
5/4/26.
5/4/26.
I'm so smart.
5-4.
Oh yes, I'm not. See what I did? 5/4/26. So I know on 5/4/26 that there is a queen in there. She is mated and she's doing her job. All right, and then I'm just going to put a brick on top to hold the lid down. All right. So since everybody has gotten to see, let's go out here and see if there's any final questions, and then
All right. Yeah, there we go.
there we go.
All right, let's take a serious one first. Can we get just smiles? No peace signs. And now let's do our silly one.
Awesome.
Smoke right in my eye too. Perfect. I'm good.
You're good. All right. Well, listen, I'm happy and thankful y'all came. And if you got any questions, anything whatsoever,
Subscribe.
you could even ask questions on there, and we'd be happy to answer them. All right. So then that way you could just pull them up on your phone and watch them and learn that way. But hey, consider as you get older being a part of beekeeping, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. You meet a lot of cool, interesting people as well. So, all right, y'all say bye.
Bye.
All right, well, thank you for all joining us today. We ask you to like and subscribe to our channel, and so that we can continue to bring you some content. And if there's other things that you'd like to learn about, please place down in the comments below. So, hope you have a great week. God bless.